So there's another fighter out there that everybody wants a piece of, and we just mentioned him. Let's do the Canelo Alvarez sweepstakes.
Bud Crawford.
This was brought up.
Really?
Yes.
What weight was speculated? Do you know?
He goes up and Alvarez goes down.
Shit, I wasn't ready to have a serious conversation.
I would fucking kill to see that fight.
Rob, I was not expecting that. Rob, wow, Bud moves up, Canelo moves down, like high 50s maybe.
That'd be a great fight.
I bet Bud could get up to 160.
I was going to say, but the most realistic weight is probably 160. He's going to be undersized, but who cares?
No, I'd still tune in. I don't want to see a 160-pound Bud. I just think he's too tiny.
Who cares? His legacy is so unbelievably cemented.
Yeah.
He has... I'd have to look at the landscape, but Bud doesn't really have anyone left to fight. He's done everything. He's exceeded expectation. He has moved up, and also like not for nothing, Canelo's moved up. You know, Canelo moved up for Kovalev and others. So he put. And now I know this iteration of Canelo is a lot more dangerous than that iteration of Kovalev. But point being is, this would be a boxing fight. This would be a adrenaline shot in the throat of boxing. That fight is way more interesting than I was anticipating. What's your take, Rob?
The last fight was, a few months ago against Madrimov, and I didn't watch it, and a lot of people I know also didn't watch it.
It was against who?
Madrimov?
Yeah, exactly.
The Madrimov?
Go on.
Right, and it was up in weight, so it was a super welter, which is 154 at the top.
Yep.
He goes up a little bit more to 160 and makes that happen. That would be something that boxing fans would love to see.
Yeah,
I'd love to see it.
If you're looking for a boxing fight with Canelo, you actually got one. Why the hell not?
If we're looking at like being hypercritical as a boxing fan, he did move up to 54, and he had his hands full a little bit. Like, it was a competitive fight, like he won, but it was against a guy that boxing fans don't know. You know what I mean?
Unanimous decision though. He got all the judges to agree.
He did, but it was like it was a guy that you would think Bud would probably blow through. If he had been similar in size. Whereas Canelo is he's huge.
He's big.
He's a short ass dude, but he's so
dense.
Yeah, his shoulders are like big. And Bud's not like a tiny guy, but he is kind of a tiny guy. Like, his shoulders are slighter. But that's a fight everyone would have to tune into that.
160 with a hydrate clause?
Yeah, that's what you'd have to do, something like that. But at that point,
but Canelo can't be blowing up to like 190.
He comes in exactly.
That
might be a fight killer.
That's where I think you lose the fight. Because Canelo will be like, oh, wait a minute. Fuck your mother.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I can do whatever I want.
Motherfucker?
Yeah.
Motherfucker?
Yeah.
Motherfucker?
He's like, no, I'll
Get
just...
the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck
is
are
this
you?
guy?
Who the fuck are you? Get the fuck out of here, man. Was that Boo Boo Andrade? Who was that? It was, right?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Boo Boo at the back of the room.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
I'm still here. I'm still here.
I would
Who the fuck is this guy?
Whenever someone sent something stupid to me, I would just send that gif. Get the fuck out of here, man. Who is this guy? Get the fuck out of him.
Canelo cursing is fantastic.
He's fucking great.
So good.
Yes.
God, he's a great time.
He is.
Next,
Who do we got?
Artur Beterbiev. Our friends at Top Rank want to make this thing happen. Do you think it happens?
I think, from what I know, Bivol is scheduled to fight somebody else. Bivol has a fight lined up.
The fuck does that have to do with Beterbiev?
Because the fight for Beterbiev to make would be a second fight with Bivol, because there are two guys that are globally known. It was an unbelievable fight. It was super, super close. Going into it was a total coin toss. My point is, if Bivol is booked, Beterbiev versus Canelo is a tremendous money fight.
It doesn't matter if Bivol is booked with fucking Mickey Mouse and Godzilla. Yep. He's taking Alvarez if it's on the table.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Beterbiev is taking
I just didn't know if they had like a
rematch
clause.
If I was going to tune in, I'm watching the Mickey Mouse Godzilla.
That fight does sound really good. That's the next role he has. It's just all potential
kaiju and Disney characters. Yeah,
but so just being objective, I think Beterbiev is too good and too big. He's a bigger guy. Like, when you see them, I don't give a shit about weight. We're just talking about size, but like, he's a bigger guy. Stylistically, he's problematic. It's a fight that I would 1 billion% tune into. It's a fight that absolutely could happen. If I'm Canelo, I don't know if I'm taking that fight. Like, how does it, like, I don't know that it benefits Canelo enough.
Well, remember, Bruce Trampler was saying, like, I think Canelo wants light heavyweight. He digs it, right? And this way, you know, he doesn't have to do a rematch with Bivol because he can beat the guy that beat Bivol. You know?
You bring up a good point. I think Canelo likes the idea of light heavyweight a lot more than he actually likes light heavyweight.
I mean, he fought Bivol. He tried it.
That fight was where everyone became to know who Bivol really was. Like somewhat like borderline casuals were like, who the fuck is this guy? Because he just Euro, you know.
I'll tell you. So
pendulum step in and out the whole time.
I don't really care about this fight the way you guys do, to the point that I fucking just kind of turned my brain off and spaced out for a little bit. Yeah,
Mark and Piper just completely fell asleep at the wheel.
The idea of the fight, like, guys, if you have it on video,
that's fair.
I was just fucking catching butterflies. Like, I don't really give a fuck about this fight compared to
that's gonna be a clip.
Crawford.
Yeah, like Crawford's a great fight. Like okay, like it's a
big.
It's
actually a better fight.
This one,
a better BF fight.
What does more for?
That's a terrible.
What does more
joke.
for Canelo's legacy?
Better be it, but here's the thing: it doesn't matter.
His nothing, because his legacy, he could lose the next 6 fights. It doesn't matter.
Either one of those guys.
It's like Leonard when he was getting losing like Camacho and
Terry Norris.
It doesn't like at that point. Like it's his legacy is so cemented. It's Michael Jordan on the Wizards. It doesn't. It literally doesn't matter.
Legacy is just another word for ego.
Oh.
Fuck, I care about legacy. That was such a good interview.
I know you're a 14-year-old girl, but fuck it. We all dead after.
Who cares? You're dead anyways. Who cares?
Who cares about legacy? It's all about ego.
All right, who's up next? David Benavidez, the one that people have been crying for years now.
I mean,
does this one happen?
I think Benavidez beats him, and I think he's again a guy that is too big. For Canelo. I think they're both great. I think Canelo's a little long in the tooth, and I think he's undersized. I think this fight, I see why David Benavidez wants this fight desperately.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Benavidez, I want that fight too. Yeah, but like you said, like now at Canelo's phase of his career, it's all like he's done everything.
He gets
now
the biggest shots,
it's
man.
Big guys that are probably better than him at this point in time, jumping down and calling him out. And it's like, dude, why am I?
And even I know 168, whatever. He's a huge guy. I would say this is a great fight for the fans. It is a winnable fight for Canelo, by the way. Like he definitely could win that fight.
I'm more interested in this fight than Beterbiev, to be honest.
Benavidez's next fight is at light heavy.
Yeah, 175.
David Morrell.
Huge, man.
I mean, what? Pretty much everything has been super middle for him. Right?
Yeah.
If they did it someplace where there's no testing. And you could just have the Canelo juice to the fucking gills and walk
City,
in.
Dude.
That's what I'm saying. You can walk in at like 178.
Mexican meat market. But even then, it doesn't matter. It's just his stature's too small for a fight like that. It's because it's not like a power difference, really, because Canelo can crack.
I keep forgetting how young David Benavidez still is.
How old is he?
He's 27.
Oh my God, he's that young. I knew he was young. I didn't realize he's that young.
But that's again, like he should be consistently asking for this fight.
This is the one that puts him over, and then he can fight, Bivol, Beterbiev, all those guys, too, because those opportunities are always going to present themselves. This fucking kid is such a gnat. He won't go away.
They have been talking about this one, too.
I think
Ryan Garcia.
I mean, Ryan is objectively infinitely too small. He's way too small.
Yeah.
He's way too small. Like he's a
I know, like
slender-built guy.
my role on the show is to talk about how, like, Ryan's great because what's that guy's name that nobody cares about? Who lost?
That'd be Devin Haney. He didn't lose. Actually, he's undefeated.
Devin Haney's a poopy pants fucking twerp. I'm not a Garcia fan. Like he's a fucking like a staunch racist and shit. I would love to see that fight because he's undersized and Canelo beats him at this.
I think that would be like a better fight than Canelo Jake Paul that we're kicking around, because it would be two legit boxers, one of which is like in their prime, but he's not because he's all fucked up. And I would love to see Canelo Alvarez just beat the shit out of Ryan Garcia, because Ryan Garcia is like, he epitomizes like this generation, whereas although Canelo like isn't some old fuck from like the Dust Bowl, like he presents.
He's one generation removed in boxing,
but he's also like he's like a good dude.
Yeah,
like the way he presents. Like when Caleb Plant said shit to him, but like motherfucker, he slapped him in the face. He was like, "Don't talk that way, dude. Like shut the fuck up." Like he's like a dude that I think actually like believes in pride and like respect and shit. Whereas like Ryan Garcia does it.
If there's some way you could get this fight to happen, this to me is must watch. Like
the problem is, I mean, Ryan is so fucking tiny, dude.
Yeah.
Garcia says that he walks around at 168.
He probably does.
Yeah, but what does
Canelo
walk around at? Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And like, what does 168 like look like? Like, because I bet Canelo is 200 pounds with traps up to his fucking ears, looking like Popeye, and like Ryan Garcia just has like itty bitty titties, you know? Cut the itty bitty titties. I said it twice just in case it got cut, you know? No, it'd be awesome, dude. Like that'd be sick. Because Ryan Garcia also is insanely talented.
Yeah.
He's super good.
Yep.
He's a huge puncher at his weight.
But of all the guys that are coming after Canelo to fight, who brings some asses into the seats?
Exactly.
Who buys some pay-per-views? I think it's Ryan Garcia.
Out of all of them, if you were able to book that fight, that
Boxers,
for me is
fans
like
more the Bud Crawford, but everybody globally would love the Garcia fight.
I think boxing fans would still love to see the Benavidez fight.
Oh that's like the pendulum swinging all the way. That's like the more hardcore guys. But I think the issue with the Benavidez fight is it only benefits Benavidez.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
whereas like if
Bud
Canelo
fight,
smokes Garcia or beats Bud, like everyone's like, holy shit. Like even though these guys are smaller, they still go a Canelo who hasn't fought like a name in a while because there's not really guys to choose from, beats like a name. And you could sell a Bud rematch. And I'm sure you could not sell a Garcia rematch because he'd probably fall off the wagon and say something crazy.
All right, last one, and you knew this was coming. Jake Paul, again. What's the upside for Canelo? Does he do it?
The upside is notoriety and money. Like in terms of legacy, right? Now, wait till I finish my thought. This does a tremendous.
So I would say,
in terms of legacy, this actually does a lot for him because every person on planet Earth would watch because the people you teach with. Because I always go back to teaching because those are the casuals, right? Like I have two jobs. One is a public school educator, and the other one is a boxing club owner and promoter. But those people are different than those people, right? If you go to your language arts teacher, if I go to my 6th grade language arts teacher, I go, hey, do you know who Canelo Alvarez is? They probably don't. I'm telling you, my building, from what I've observed, like they probably don't. If you go, who is Mike Tyson? Everyone knew who Mike Tyson is. If you go, who's Jake Paul? Everyone in your building knows who Jake Paul is. So again, my custodian's like a motherfucker. He's the man. He talks about boxing and shit. He knows his shit, right? He's like a Puerto Rican guy that loved Tito Trinidad, right? So I can talk to him about that shit. My history department head doesn't know who the fuck Canelo Alvarez is. If he fought Jake Paul, they would, and he'd win, and he'd make again, infinite money.
That's the thing. Yeah, the upside for Canelo is just you can't make a bigger payday right now.
I also don't think you can discount the legacy piece. I'm telling you, because every casual would know him for eternity. He'd be the guy that fucking killed Jake Paul.
It's like
or at least the guy that was supposed to.
I was gonna make a terrible reference, and I'm gonna fucking redact it.
Ah, yes.
No, it wasn't like. It was just like, who it's similar to is like Billie Jean King, when because would you know who she was?
I know what Billie Jean King is.
Why do you know who she is?
The Elton John song, Philadelphia Freedom?
She was part of the Philadelphia Freedoms. That's good. So, no, but
because I live and breathe this Philadelphia freedom.
Because she played a dude in tennis?
Yeah. Because she beat a dude in tennis.
All right.
So what I'm saying is the only reason I fucking know who she is, and the only reason you know who she is.
That's a great reference. What do I give a shit? Why would I care about that at all? I'll tell you right now. You know what you should cut to, Rob? You should watch the WNBA parade. Did you see this?
No.
It had literally nobody there. I was fucking pissing my pants. You think I give a shit that you made a Billie Jean King reference? I can't remember the dude she beat. Can you guys remember? I didn't have to Google him.
No, he had glasses.
He was a prick, I remember. But yeah, the only reason you know who she is because she beat some dude who called her out. And the only reason
casual people tuned in and fucking watched her beat a Jamal.
And that would be the same exact thing that would happen with Canelo.
So that's
and
why
Jake Paul.
I wanted to make the reference, but I thought you were going to jump down my throat about fucking Billie Jean King and the Philadelphia
fucking freedoms. The only reason I knew there was a WNBA
freedoms.
parade is because it was so fucking funny because no one fucking went. That is so funny, dude. That's so funny. Imagine calling out of work and be like, "Oh, I know why Rob's not in today. Fucking WNBA parade, dude. When I see him on the news, we're gonna know."
Crickets.
So good.
Crickets.
So I think Canelo should fight Caitlin Clark next. I think that'd be a great fight. I think both their stocks would go up.
That's right.
Woman of the year.
If you want to get these motherfucking snakes off this motherfucking plane, please like and subscribe to the Toe to Toe Fight Show.